Good afternoon, Micro Housers. Kevin Coy from Kevin's Micro Homestead and the Micro Homestead project that we're building here. Today I want to do a little video for you about insulation, and I want to show you how to insulate this wall. So what we've got here is a wall that's 8 foot tall and 12 feet long, which is going to be the length of the building that we're putting together. It's a 8 by 12 floor, so we're going to have an 8 foot tall by 12 foot long wall down the long side of the house there. And today I'm going to show you how to put in insulation that's fiberglass insulation. And we talked about this before. This is a 2 by 4 wall. It's 3.5 inches thick, and so the insulation that can fit in there would be 3.5 inches. And what I've got right here on the floor is a bag of fiberglass insulation that's R13 is the insulating value, and it's designed to go inside these pockets right here that are in between these studs. And this is about 15 inches of space right here. These are 16 inches on center, and the inside of the pocket is 93 inches from the bottom plate to the top plate. So we need a piece, and that's what these are. They're pre-cut at 15 inches by 93 inches. They come from the factory that way, so that they're ready to just be picked up and put in here. Now this is a 106 point something square feet of insulation, and you can see it's in a pretty compact bag. And what I'm going to do is open this up. It's been compressed and slipped into this sleeve that makes it easier to move a lot of insulation around. 106.56 square feet of insulation in that little tube. So I'm going to uncompress this so I can get a hold of one of the bats, and I'll show you what they look like. So all you need to do is take a sharp razor knife, and you can see it's expanding, and all the air is going back into the insulation that was compressed down in there. You can see it's getting pretty big. So I'm just going to grab a hold of one of these. They're folded up in here in half, and you can see that's one bat, 15 inches wide by 3.5 inches thick by 93 inches tall, and it's called craft faced insulation. So it's got a paper face on one side. You can buy unfaced, and it'll just look like this on both sides. And so we're going to use a craft faced insulation because that's how I'm going to attach it and keep it staying put inside these pockets. So it's a pretty snug fit here. If you were putting this in a wall without the facing on it, it might just do what's called friction fit, which is just fit in there because it's nice and tight. And you can see that it was made to go right inside the pocket of that wall. It's sitting in there nicely. And then I'm going to grab my stapler and I'll show you how to put these on. Now what they've got here is a tab that folds over, that lays out across the wall stud on both sides, and that allows you to staple that on there so it stays put and it doesn't move around. And one of the things you worry about with insulation is settling over time. And if you were to put a loose fill in here, and over a period of time it could compact and slough down the wall, then you'd have a dead air space that's not insulated right here, and then you're losing your ability to resist heat and cold, and so you don't want to have that to happen. So these tabs are going to stop that from sliding down. And so what I've got here is what I call a hammer tacker or a slap stapler, and these are different than the ones that you'll find in the hardware stores that you actually have to squeeze the trigger. And let me tell you, after you do that all day, you're going to wish you had one of these, because these are real easy to use. They literally just slap or hammer the staples in way faster than those trigger types. So I suggest one of these. This is what contractors use to put up things, and you can use this to put your tar paper on your roof and your house wrap, and it's going to pay for itself. I think they're probably about 20 bucks, and I've had this thing for years, and believe me, I would never pick up a trigger type stapler again. They're real easy to load. This entire handle holds the staples. You pull the spring-loaded tension back, slide these staples into the back side, and replace this, and you're ready to slam. So this is just a real easy process, and you know, about 6 inches apart going down there will work just fine. Go ahead and fill the rest of your bays in your wall the same way, and then you're all set. And this will expand and fill in there as it you know, the air decompresses and it fills out, so it'll fill that pocket real nice and give you a good R value in there. If you need to fill walls that have doors and windows, I'll show you a little bit of that later on. This is just a wall that's just a straight wall without any doors and windows in it, but you'll have to do some cutting and piecing, and that's again a really nice reason to have this paper facing on there. Is, you know, when you got little pieces you're filling in around blocking, you don't want those to move and shift around or slink down the wall later, so you staple those on and they're going to stay put. So what I'm going to do is I'll fess up here a little bit. This is actually the floor of the building, if you haven't figured that out already. And I'm going to go ahead and finish filling these pockets in, and then I'm going to put a 1/2 inch OSB sheeting across the bottom of this, and then I'm going to transport this with my truck. I'm just going to pick it up and lay it on the back of the bed, and we're going to roll around to the site of where we're going to actually have the finished house built. And I've just built this inside my shop so that I've got a nice square level floor with not having to deal with the weather right now, because there's snow on the ground and it's winter. It's raining out there right now. And so I'm going to put some other still pictures up on my blog. So it's really important, if you're subscribing and you're going to follow along, to subscribe to the blog as well, Kevin's Micro Homestead at wordpress.com, and I'll put the link up for that, because I'll put a lot of commentary and still shots of the process up that I'm not going to have on the video, so that you can get a little bit more in depth about what's going on, and little pieces of the progress here as we go. So don't forget to do that. Please comment, ask questions, participate in this. This is for you guys. So the more you participate and get engaged in the process, the more you're going to get out of it. I'll check back with you here. We'll get the next segment put together and get the video up. So check back and watch for the blog, and I'll see you later.